beginning of our drawing. And right here we were working on making our drawings look more 3D in the shade, as you can see from like the shadow and this spot right here. This is the beginning continued, and as you can see we're still working on shade as from the shadow, and you can see. And here we tried to add some detail, as you can see from the spider web, and here we tried to add some more shade to make it look more symmetrical, as you can see from here and the dark parts. This is unfinished, and we were trying to like make a Miss Polly's room in a drawing. And here the same thing, we were just trying to work on making it look 3D and making it look realistic. Here I worked mainly on the shade of it and the shadows. And here this is yours, right?
No.
Jaden?
That's mine.
Okay. Here Jaden was working on, so he was working on the
But
shading.
It's sideways.
And yeah. Here we were working on facial features, so we decided to draw a horse, and here's how some worked out. And yeah.
That's mine.
And here's some free drawing we did.
Sincere, what were you working on?
Highlights of the sword.
And here we were working on human facial expressions, and we were working on like different, like where shade goes. And over here we were working on the same thing. We were mainly working on the shape of the face and how we like make the texture look realistic. And yeah. And here's a picture of a tiger. This was supposed to be a practice, but it ended up being a part of our part of this. And here's a Galapagos turtle, which also ended up being part of this. And here's my African elephant that I made. African elephants are like going endangered, and there's a guy trying to shoot it. And here's a picture of a three-toed sloth with its favorite tree being cut down. Welcome to our presentation. I'm Renan.
I'm Leo. I'm Sincere. And I'm Jaden.
Today we will have a presentation. Our group has been working on some drawings about animal extinction. Allow me to let you in on the drawings. So here's a drawing that I made. And this drawing I made, here's the African elephant I showed you. African elephants are going endangered because they're being hunted for their tusks. And in order to get their tusks, they must be put down. And by put down, I mean they must be killed, which is very sad. And this is a yellow coneflower. Yellow coneflowers are going endangered due to overpicking, as you can tell by the hand. And this is a panda in a wildfire. So the panda is probably saying its last words in his head, which is obviously very sad. And he's saying in his head, when I find the guy who torched the forest, I'm going to eat him. And then here's a picture of a pitcher plant. And pitcher plants are going endangered due to road construction in their habitat, which counts as habitat loss. And I tried to make it look a little bit like fantasy because like the roads and like the big fly, and yeah. And Leah, if you want, here you go.
Animal extinction is a common issue around the world. 1 million animals and plants and species are now threatened with extinction. We need to learn what this problem is, why it's happening, how to stop it before all our plants and animals go extinct. Animal extinction means an animal or plant doesn't exist anymore. About 2 dozen species of animals were extinct in 2019. According to John a journalist for the Revelator. Although the total number of species this year will probably be the number of in the thousands. According to John Vidal, a government editor, 150 to 200 species of plants, insects, birds, and mammals become extinct every 24 hours. The reason plants are going extinct is because buildings are taking the space of plants. For example, cities are taking the space for forests. Plant extinction is mostly caused by humans. The main cause of animal and plant extinction is the destruction of natural habitats by humans, such as cutting down forests. If humans keep cutting down forests, most of the wild animals are going to be extinct. Clearing habitats for farming is a principal cause of habitat destruction. Other causes of habitat destruction is including mining, logging, trawling, and urban sprawl. Animal and plant would rather live where there's water, but plants are dying. For example, there's water loss. Animals are eating the plants. Pollution, such as acid rain, etc. Without the plants, there would be no oxygen to breathe.
Many animal and plant species are shrinking every minute. This is called extinction. Just think about animals like red pandas, sea turtles, Galapagos turtles, and pandas. Also think about plants and trees like dragon trees, great oak trees, and evergreen trees. They are responsible for our air. Extinction will not stop if we do not do anything about it. If all animals die, what do you think will happen to us? One of the biggest reasons why extinction is happening is because we use fossil fuels like coal and oil. Fossil fuels make greenhouse gases, and greenhouse gases, fuels like coal are easy to find, but the earth can't produce resources as fast as we take them. Humanity has made the earth suffer. Everyone is responsible for helping to fix extinction. People need to educate themselves on the extinction issue using the eBird website is one way that the public can become informed. The website provides people with information about animal extinction in daily living. People should be careful when cutting trees down. They should think that cutting down a tree is like hurting another person. Also, people should plant more trees and plant whenever they can. Earth needs a break. It needs a cool down. There is another expensive technology that can slow down greenhouse gases. Trees and plants can do it for us. They can stop greenhouse gases, but we are not making it easy for them. The government says that making more forest farms and natural coastlines is the answer that will save us all. Kids could help protect animals. Extinction is a really huge problem. It has been going on before we knew about it. It's getting bigger and bigger, but we could stop it with trees. If all animals die, what do you think is going to happen to us? Open your eyes. Do you see now the earth is dying and you don't care? Bibliography. Carrington D. Natural climate plants and trees to bring back animals, reduce carbon. April 8, 2019.
Gets into the pointer.
Oh, he's here. Here.
Yeah, you didn't hold it.
This is an oak tree. Great oak trees have been alive for a long time. But people are cutting them down for like their type of wood and how much wood they have inside of them. Plus, they take up a lot of space for buildings and all that. So that's why they cut them down, and they usually use it for handles in houses. This is an African penguin. Their food, the reason why they're going extinct is because their food is starting to die out, and people are grabbing them for trades for money and giving it to people. They usually run away from the human, and they usually die out because they can't really live without them, and plus they don't have the actual food they're supposed to eat, so usually they should die off. This is a sloth. This is a three-toed sloth. This sloth, the reason why it's going extinct is because sometimes it falls from trees, or sometimes the people cut it down, and they usually fall off the tree. So when they get really hurt and injured. Some people walk across the forest to find, take pictures. Sometimes they find these things laying on the ground because they fell off the tree. Sometimes predators come while they're on the ground. They can't really move to the tree quick enough, so they usually get eaten. And mostly babies do, because if their mom falls off, they usually fall off because usually the babies are hanging onto their stomach.
And this turtle is was ran over by a bulldozer and then it woke up, and then it said, "Sup dude," in its mind. "Sup dude, ow, that hurt. Where is my mud? Where is the forest? Oh no, my mom is gonna kill me. I hope my friends are okay," he said. And the dragon tree down here is dying because people have been cutting on it. They don't think it's dying because it doesn't look like it's dying, because it's different from other trees. It usually keeps its little thickness. Well, while they don't think it's dying, and it really is dying, they keep on cutting it by little pieces, and it pretty much hurts from it. So it will die in a couple of months or so if they keep cutting it. So yeah.
Okay. Go, Jason. You're lying.
Why is this happening?
There are a lot of reasons why. Here are some examples: habitat loss, genetic variation, pollution, wildfires, and lots more. Who's responsible?
So I guess we all are.
Yes, we all are responsible. To sum it up, you can help this by recycling, not littering, planting trees and other plants and more.
There are groups that are helping. eBird website can help the whole world. The website provides people with information about animal and plant Extinction. It makes people want to help plants and animals.